And we are live. Pardon my absence yesterday. We are back with another edition of the Professional Gambler. Round of 32. We have a crazy shakeup in the Sweet 16 matchup so far. We're going to get into more NCAA today, maybe some women's NCAA, and all other sports news. Here is your guest, the Professional Gambler, Joel Kowski.
Wow, your guest. My name is on the channel, the same thing that is emblazoned on my tracksuit. I am the guest. Man, Toe's really getting comfortable. Welcome to the Toe Show, everybody. We're talking cuticles, we're talking clippers, we're talking Birkenstocks, and how to not get fungus from your dojo. How's the karate life, Tomas?
Same as always. Everything is in fucking pandemic mode right now, so there's not much on that end.
Yeah, I think that's why we're such good friends. You are a karate guy. You're always breaking boards, and me, I am a comedian, so I'm always breaking up boredom. How are we, Toe? Doing good?
I'm good. How are you?
I am all right. I am prepping for knee surgery later in this week, and if that wasn't enough, I had the worst dentist in the world. I have a poor person dentist, and I swear to God, this happened to me. He's about to drill into my mouth to give me a cavity. And he's like, "Oh, you're a big football fan?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like the Lions." He's like, "Who's your favorite team?" And he tells me he likes the Green Bay Packers because of Aaron Rodgers. And I can't help myself, right?
I mean, I can't blame him.
He tells me Aaron Rodgers just got engaged. I have stories I tell in that scenario, a little bit of analysis. I give my opinion of the Green Bay Packers relationship with referees, how Aaron Rodgers, similar to Kanye West, his relationships always increase his net worth. And I just thought I was talking shit. This guy ruined my tooth. I'm here 3 months later. I am in so much pain, and I had to get it done today just because I knew if I had that knee surgery, I would just be up here for a month just tonguing that pain in my mouth. So that's how I'm doing, but still pretty good.
It's not bad.
So let's talk about this. We are a little bit late today. So what did we miss? Anything crazy? Gonzaga, they are romping against Oklahoma. No surprise there. I'm falling.
Oregon over the big friggin' sun.
What? Oh, yeah, Iowa. Iowa lost to Oregon, and I'm happy about that. I have Oregon in a random gauntlet pool. So if they win, I get 640 from a $10 buy-in. So pretty happy about that. But I hate this Iowa team. It's well documented, and we're not going to talk about them anymore. And with Luka Garza going to the NBA, we'll never have to talk about Luka Garza ever again. See you in Spain, bitch. Okay, that guy. It was so funny to see people going like, "I can't wait to see what Luka will do at the next level." I don't think it's going to be much. I think he'll be coming to a Grand Rapids Hoops near you. I mean, is he better than Goga on Indiana? No, Goga would eat his lunch. I don't think we're going to see much from Luka. So let's talk about today's games. I wanted Toe to engage me in Gonzaga a little bit, but it seems like he's having some connection problems. So I will try bringing him up here. He's just a blank screen. But let's talk about Abilene Christian versus UCLA. I think UCLA is just so much more talented. There's just a level of raw athleticism in that team, and it's kind of like college football bowl season, like say a team like Auburn or Georgia, they're like 8-4 one year, and they're going up against like a solid Wisconsin team in the Sun Bowl or something. It's just like those caliber of athletes, they can't match them. And UCLA, they're going to have the two best players on the court in this game. I know Abilene Christian had a great win. Colton Cole, 2Ks to begin his name. And he's a Texas guy. Who is he? Roger Clemens' son? That was a fun one. But the Wildcats had a huge upset, but they only scored like 50 points. They won the game on offensive rebounding. Hello, Toe. But I don't think it's sustainable against this UCLA team. I think UCLA will be showing out, and I think they're going to be not only the more talented basketball team, but the better basketball team. Your camera might not be on, Toe. So, what do you think on UCLA here?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
All right. If you can hear me, I think UCLA wins this one by a landslide.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'll just act out what you're doing right now. Can you say that bit of analysis again? Say your analysis. I'll act it out.
I think UCLA is gonna win.
Keep going.
Can you
Toe,
hear
you
me?
got to go with the bit. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo, my
All right.
power went out.
Oh, your power went out. That's okay. We're gonna deal with it. We are rolling with the punches here. You ready? If we can hear you, just stay on for the conversation, my guy. So let's talk Ohio versus Creighton. I kind of like the Ohio money line here. You can see that in this game. You kind of see that there is a little bit of an advantage with Ohio, but they have the best player in this game. But let's go to that money line. Ooh, yeah, baby. We see that Ohio with the best player in this game is a beautiful. I don't know how to use a computer. I can't pull up this line because I'm dumb as hell. Well, suffice to say, since they're a 5.5 point underdog, I think they're going to be getting value on the money. So, hello, Toe here. What do you think? Welcome back. Sorry we had those troubles. What do you think about Ohio versus Creighton?
That's actually a tough one. Are you talking money line or a spread right now?
I think Ohio is the underdog. I think there's actually really good value in them.
Yeah, I agree. What's the kid's name? Preston.
Yeah, Jacob
Yeah,
Preston looking like
Jacob
a first.
Preston. Yeah, he's fire. That kid's good.
Yeah, and I just think they both play with a lot of pace, and like with the games like Illinois losing yesterday, they lost because they didn't have great ball handling. Like in what I've seen, both Ohio and Creighton have like great ball handling. They're not going to be thrown off if you throw a press at them. They're going to be able to facilitate their offenses, and I think whoever maybe the play in this one is you take the Bobcats and their money line is, let me pull that up here. The money line is plus 205. You tie that with the total here and over 148.5. And then right here, you see 35% of the bets, but 65% of the money right there. That's a 3-to-1 payout. And you get all this upside. You get to root for the best player in this game. I don't know if that bet will hit, but I think there's good value in it. And if I'm sitting there at 610, I think that's where I put my money. I have my test, but what do you think about that idea, Toe?
Yeah, I mean, in this one, I'm definitely betting on Ohio. It's good, definitely a good trade. Who played yesterday? I thought the same. Oh no, UCLA is the other team in the same kind of situation where I thought in the last round, not this round.
And then, we can talk about it. Let's get scared, my friend. I'm busy. I've got shit to do today, but I am clearing my schedule because both my schools play back to back. I couldn't be more nervous about it. We have LSU versus Michigan. And let's be real. Michigan, if they take care of business, even without livers, I think that would be a feat. I think I'm going to be taking home both brackets I'm in. So it would be huge for me personally. My knees will be broken, even though I'm the one breaking the bookies in this instance. Shut up, Tilly. My dog. That's the most response I've gotten for one of my jokes here. Thanks, Toe. But yeah, Michigan, this LSU team, Noah Savage, great ball player, great analysis. He said it perfectly yesterday. The best swordsman in the world. He doesn't fear the second most talented swordsman. He fears the most unpredictable swordsman. Is that what it's called, swordsman? I feel like that's not what it's called.
Someone who wields a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a swordsman or a knight, I guess.
Yeah, a stabbing guy, a big an unpredictable stabbing guy. That's who you want to fear. And LSU, they are that unpredictable stabbing guy. I mean, they lose to all the top 25 teams, but they've got a great offense. And I mean, they're so hot right now. And Michigan, they're kind of like the most adult team in this tournament. They just kind of do everything like, oh, very adept. There's no glaring flaws. Whereas LSU's just friggin' chaos. Stay away from this one's my advice.
You think?
Yeah, when LSU, they play math ball, like they shoot a volume of threes, they push the pace, and with that, you kind of just don't know whether or not the shots are going to go in. It's the same thing to like whether or not the Nets will win the title this year. Like, I think you know the kind of game they're going to play. You just don't know what the outcome will be.
Fair enough. I was gonna say, honestly, the way everything is going in this tournament, it's hard for me to make a prediction on. This is like the kind of matchup that Michigan can lose, honestly.
Absolutely. And I think I'll say Michigan will show out. I will stick my neck out for them. I think that they are a veteran team. I think that they are probably the better coached team in this scenario. And even though I'd be hard pressed to say who has the best player on the court in this one, Michigan just seems to get the breaks in this scenario. Like there's a lot of Michigan teams this time of year who get hot, go on a run, and this fits the template. And I will say, if Michigan is to get to the Final Four, this is when they go down. If they win this one, it's all out. But this is the biggest threat I see to them taking out their district.
Yeah, what do you think about Alabama? You don't think that matchup in the end could be a?
But Alabama, you know what you're getting. There's both like real quality athleticism up and down the roster. Like LSU, I just don't know what to prepare for.
Let's see. I mean, I hope we can see Alabama, Michigan. That's what I want to see.
I think Alabama, I feel pretty good about tonight. So that's my piece on Michigan tonight. You got the caption here, my friend.
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado. Let's talk about them. It is, I think, the more and more I watch college basketball, and this is my first year following it like truly wire to wire. Part of that is me making my money from talking. I'm gambling on the internet. Part of that is I'm back to school, back to prove my mid-30s during quarantine need something to do. Oof. So this one, we have the only team in this tournament known for their defense. Leonard Hamilton's Florida State Seminoles up against a suddenly white-hot Colorado Buffalo program. I think it's saying something that Colorado has made this to a 1.5 point spread. If you saw this line at any other point in the season, you probably would have taken Florida State in a heartbeat. So even though the Buffaloes seem to be stampeding, my heart's with the Seminoles in this one. Toe baby, what do you think?
I agree. I'm also rolling with the Seminoles.
Yeah, and you see there is an
that
advantage.
1.5 spread though. It's very narrow.
But I think it should be more, right?
Yeah, like I agree. I think Florida's one of the better teams in.
And Florida State, they haven't had the runs that they necessarily deserve. They've not taken home a real national championship, and they're not recognized as the quality of college basketball program that they are. So, I mean, Florida's going to go to the Sweet 16. They'll still be viewed as just another team in the ACC, yada, yada, yada. That's just how it goes. So what else do we have? Oh, this one. Let's talk. Boom. Two of my good friends. I like both these schools actually. Somehow what colleges do you like just because of your boys who like those colleges?
What colleges do I like because my boys who like them?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some good times at Cuse. I like Villanova. I can only like places that I've been to. I can't say I like a place I've never been.
These are two places I like that I've never been.
I've been to Colorado, but it's like just
Oh,
white people. You know how
I'm
Colorado is.
I, I've never been to Colorado. I've never been to Boulder. I've never been to Denver. I'm eyeing it for a Lions game this year. That's about it. And I've never been to either of these places. But we have the Maryland Terrapins and my man Donnie Sengstick versus Alabama Crimson Tide. Everybody who watches the Joel Walkowski show on the internet, they know I love Alabama Crimson Tide football. I deserve a win in my life, and they provide it. Line is 6 here for the Tide. Terrapins are going to need to shoot the lights out. Terrapins are going to
Yeah,
need to
I
rebound
agree.
better. Terrapins
I
are
mean,
going to
first game they did. They were on
they
fire.
they've shown that they could play this game. It's a tall ask to play this game against Alabama. I'm rolling with the Tide and the points here, and I'm not really thinking too much about it.
Yeah, agreed. Money line taking Alabama, but I think it could be close. Maryland were pretty sharp against UConn.
Yeah, Maryland had played a great game the other night. Alabama, I mean, sure they came back, but how about that second half performance? You blink an eye, and they are just in full control of that affair. And I just think Alabama kind of has an easy route. And as much as I fear, like Michigan playing LSU, I don't think Bama has much of a chance for. I like Alabama against LSU much better than I do Michigan, actually. So if an Alabama basketball fan exists, and I don't think this person is out there, imagine someone in just like the outskirts of Tuscaloosa, no Nick Saban life-size stand-ups. They just have Antonio McDyess gear all over the walls. And this is their night. They're going to see Michigan go down, unfortunately go blue, and then they're going to see Alabama secure this game and get an easy route to the Final Four, and they're just going to go walk around Tuscaloosa all night looking for someone to high five, and it won't be there for them.
Yo, so you really think Michigan's going to lose?
If Michigan loses in this bracket, it's tonight.
Okay.
But, I don't know what it's like to have a team in like I'm a Detroit fan. I like Michigan more this year because I go there. I've been into it. This is the saddest shit in the world. Are you ready to hear this?
Go for it.
This is the first time I've had a team in contention since 2013 when David Ortiz hit a home run in the ALCS to lift the Red Sox over the Detroit Tigers. 2013. That is 8 years. That is one pandemic. That is 2 engagements ago. I've been sober for 7 years. That is a lifetime ago. I don't even know what it's like to have a team in contention. Me as a sports fan, I am walking proof of Stockholm Syndrome, which actually just sounds like someone who really loves Peter Forsberg. So I don't know. I don't know what it's like to cheer for Michigan in a contending place. Does that make sense?
That's fair enough. I understand. Yeah, I deal with some shitty teams of my own, so I completely understand.
Well, you have the Vikings, but they've won playoff games. You like LeBron James.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Is winning playoff games is not enough.
But you're a LeBron guy. That gives you a pass.
Whatever. Like that's I like watching LeBron James. Like I'm not gonna fucking be on the parade float with him. Like I would rather see the Knicks win than see LeBron James win a championship.
You're complaining that you are having a bad time at the dance when I've never even been invited.
All right. There's a difference. Like
yeah, you're
a good
in
team and we should be winning. I want to win. I don't want to just be there. I want to win.
Yeah, so I guess you become Carrie and I become an incel. That's our sports trajectory. I can't believe I still like these things.
Don't worry, you guys got Matt Stafford. I mean, not Matt Stafford. Jared Goff. You'll be a little bit better.
Let's talk. I can't talk about that briefly. If we're gonna talk about it, I'm
throwing it out there. I'm saying you guys are gonna get better. It will happen.
Look, you know better than to talk about me, the Detroit Lions with me. That's a 45-minute conversation at minimum. So That is definitely for a different day. We have one more college game to look to, and this is fun for me. This is a very special day. Both my alma maters, my current school, my former school, they are facing off. I can't get the
'Cause I was pressing it. It's all good though. You go for it.
okay. It is USC versus Kansas. Kind of stunning that USC has the best player in this game. Gosh, I like that kid. He doesn't even play. Like,
Why is that stunning though? You say he's the best player in the tournament.
I mean, it's just like because he's playing Kansas, and Kansas is a basketball power. It's just like USC having the best player in a game with Kansas. That's kind of surprising.
I know, but then you say he's the best player in the tournament. So why would that be stunning if he's the best player in a game?
You know what? I would like to take back that he is the best player in the tournament. I think it's clearly Jalen Suggs. And as far as college basketball players go, no one's on Jalen Suggs' level. I think that's become apparent. He can get anywhere he wants on the court at any given time. And he's kind of reminded me of a bigger Tony Parker. That's my comp for him. But let's talk about USC versus Kansas. I mean, USC's a little hot. Kansas is also hitting their stride right here. And
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. This is like the main event, definitely.
yeah, this is absolutely the main event. And it's kind of like both teams have really good, talented guards, right? It's just about what the style of basketball is. Because a guy like Evan Mobley, they always have that kind of impact on games, but really great basketball coaches like we've seen in the NBA and maybe Bill Self is up to that task can just make the game go in such a way to really just mitigate their level of impact. So let's see how these Kansas offensive possessions go. I kind of think Bill Self in the Kansas, I hope he's still the coach. I'm going to feel so
He is.
All right. Sorry, I've had exams every day, but I think there is something to the coach could just mitigate a big man, right? If it's a guard, it's going to be in his hands all the time. But Mobley doesn't quite know how to take over a game. He can appear passive, and if you're not challenging him at the perimeter, I think a really well-run program can mitigate that. And if it's just a matchup of the perimeter guys, it's probably in Kansas's favor.
I really don't know. I mean, Kansas, who did they play first? Was it? They struggled. Whoever it was, they came back in the second half.
Yeah,
but this is really a tough matchup.
And I personally, I like USC here. I think that I'm going to be blind. I'm going to be a homer, and I'm going to take USC because I know where the Galen Center is, because I would eat tacos outside of where that school played. And you know what? Heck, there's something to that. And for today, fuck it. Both my teams are in the round of 32. Let's do the Joel Walkowski parlay. Michigan, USC money lines. Let's go. USC looked great in the second half against Drake. And I mean, Kansas, sure, they overcame. They struggled against Eastern Washington. They were down 8 at the half. And there is something, though. They also didn't get to really play their warm-up tournament in the Big 12. This is them kind of playing in basketball rhythm again. So we might see a Kansas machine. And this is one of those instances where I very passionately and confidently talk myself into USC, picking with my heart over my head, and I end up losing my dick on it, John Wayne Bobbitt style. So that's just what's happening. I'll make the argument for USC. It's Bill Self. It's his team that's not coming off COVID, and the people are weighing the Eastern Washington thing too much. No fight on tonight. No Walkowski parlay. I've talked myself into Kansas, which means I'll be betting on USC because we bet for fun. You bet for $20.
Why don't you bet on both?
Because then I might as well not bet.
I mean, the way you're talking right now, you just went from left to right in a split second.
I mean, that's the thing. The LSU Michigan game, the USC Kansas game. There's so many ways to look at them.
I think you should do the Joel Walkowski probably.
I'm doing the Joel Walkowski today.
You just said you
USC
weren't.
Michigan.
You just said you weren't.
Well, the USC Michigan is you take the USC money line, and then you wait 12 years and you take the Michigan money line. You tie them together then. That's a joke about me being in my like mid 40s in school.
I think you should bet on them both.
All right, we're doing the parlay. I'm betting on myself, which means I'm betting on USC Michigan. Other picks tonight, we like UCLA over Abilene Christian.
Yep.
We're taking the Creighton money line if we're playing the Creighton game. We're tying it with the over if we're feeling frisky, and we're taking Florida State over Colorado. That's what we're doing. Anything you want to shout out, Toe, before we get out of here?
Let's shout out to the women's tournament. There was no compelling matchups yesterday, but there was some good talent on the court. Stanford by a landslide. UConn won by a landslide. Did you watch any of the games yesterday?
I did actually. I had a new math tutor yesterday. And this guy, he's drunk in the middle of the day. He's playing in a tennis tournament. He's like, you got to bet on UConn women, man. He's sending me all these backgrounds about like what bets to make. And I'm like, this is my fucking guy. This is the one person who can teach me math. It got so bad yesterday. I had someone on Zoom just to give me emotional support during the test. Gotta be though. But yeah, so he got me into the UConn game. He had me bet on Kentucky. So the guy teaching me math is making me more of a degenerate, as it should be.
How much did you win on the UConn game?
I won like $60.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
it's a sure bet. You might as well do that shit.
Yeah, UConn, they covered the 41. It was really fun.
Yeah, they fucking scored 100, I think.
Well, hey, what's up, guys? We are available on all platforms. It's daily on YouTube, but it's also a pod on Spotify, Google Play. We have the Twitter account going. That's @thepro_gambler. Like our shit, give us some subscribes, and we are trying to give you a better sports conversation. I think you deserve more than what ESPN, SI, Bleacher Report, Barstool, the other ones are putting out there for you. And we work hard to put out a good product. Help us do it. Otherwise, I think we'll be back tomorrow, and then we will be off until Saturday. I'm getting my surgery, so nothing on Thursday, Friday. Maybe Toe can go alone.
Maybe we'll see. There's going to be some interesting outcomes after tonight, so we got to talk about it.
Yeah, and if I'm feeling chatty, hit me up, Toe. Maybe I can go. I'll go round 2 with you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, until next time, this is Joel Walkowski walking off.
Our guest. Our guest.